guys, welcome back to the channel. And even though you thought I will never feature another SeaKnight product on the channel, here it is, the Sladar BB C3000S. Why did I get it? Because it's a very, very, very shallow spool. Even though it weighs more than 200 grams, I needed something to pair with longer rods, and I got this baby. You know the BB acronym from Shimano. I was about to make a joke, but I'm afraid to be cancelled about the BB. But either way, this is quite cheap. It features yes, zero script, 100% rage. But talking about the Sladar, you can only get this version of this reel, the C3000S. It's a 5.2 to 1 gear ratio. It supposedly weighs 228 grams, 9+1 ball bearings, 8 kilos or 16 pounds of drag. And yes, it really took 150 meters off 0.8 PE line. So you get a screw-in handle. It's a double handle. Unfortunately, the knobs are made out of foam. You even have a couple of spare washers if you need to lift the spool. The spool also, it's you will see in the fishing part of the video that it lays the line actually quite good, and the screw-in handle is also a nice thing. The BB stands for this being based or inspired on, I think, the sepia line from Shimano, but the finishing looks very, very good. One thing I quite like about this reel is that everything seems proportional. So drag seems proportional, I think even a little bit higher than it should. Maybe 6 kilos would be more suited because of the line that you can put on it. So it sounds quite decent. Also, the caps are good. There's a lot of prevention on the buildup of this reel to spare it from saltwater problems on the short time. You still have to maintain it and wash it after each session. It's actually fairly smooth. It has a sort of oscillation system with the third gear parallel to the main one, which makes it lay line quite good. A little bit over greased, I have to say. It feels smooth, but it could be a little bit lighter. The other thing I have to say again is that the reel, it's quite proportional, so they didn't do everything overboard other than the drag, which I think it's a little bit wasteful when you get 8 kilos and you can put line that will go maybe to 5-6 kilos. The weight, as you can see, it's 224.6 grams, so 2 grams under the stated. I'm making some codes for some reason, I have no idea why, so just let that aside for a moment, and I will show you the dimensions of this reel. So for being a 3000, it's I will not say the biggest reel that I have. I have 2000 reels that are this size, I have 1000 reels that are this size, so again, a lot of complaints about the sizing of the reel. So you have 127 centimeters or millimeters over there, so more than 12 centimeters on the height. And if we take the drag adjustment knob, which takes a little bit longer, so this, if you are the type of guy that likes sort of fine adjustment of the drag, this is a good one. And the drag system is exactly the same that you have on the Hera Pro and what you have on your middle tier Shimanos. The spool, it's actually quite light and very, very well machined. And in there you have the washers and the springs that retain the washers, and also the spring that makes the noise on the tooths that are, in this case, reversed. So usually the tooths that make the sound are on the spool, and the spring that makes the sound on it, it's on the shaft. In this case, it's the other way around, as I said, like Shimano. But enough of talking, and let's go fishing, because I quite like this reel. And as usual with heavy things on the channel, other than me, when it's time to fish, we really need that 2/8 shad season to have a consistent fishing day. And this year was not that great. We didn't have any crazy numbers day, just the bite was consistent. There are not a lot of guys running away right after biting, so we get a little bit better hookup ratio but not huge numbers. And with that said, I paired the SeaKnight Sladar with the Nadivia Max, the 8-foot version, which I think it's quite a good combo for this reel. You can also use the edging rod because this is an edging reel, so it's made to fish squids and squid-like things. But as you can see, casting is not a problem. It casts a long way with that spool. It also lays line quite perfectly, as you will see when I slow down the image right now. You can see the line going, and this is not, I will not say nothing special braid. It's like a very cheap braid. I think it's the Leydon thinner, the 0.8p, and it's quite good, and you even have the colors to see the distance. So I'm just retrieving the line, and oh, I was talking about a very good hookup ratio this year, but this one escaped. But a very weird thing happened this year is that if you cast, it looks like for some reason this year they were just staying around the same spots. I know that the drought sounds a little bit annoying. This is because I edited out my voice, and after that the recorded audio went a little bit wonky, so bear with me because I was just cursing a lot. And as you can see, I'm just yoinking the trout shad wherever I please, because this reel really has some torque. It's not the fastest reel on the market, but it is quite torquey, that I have to say. So let's speed up this a little bit more. So this is a straightforward video, so there will be no cuts whatsoever. So this is what a typical day fishing for twitch shad looks like. So another cast, you know that I've slowed down the video, which means that there will be a fish coming on, and my friend is just over there looking to a poor twitch shad that is just needing a push. And there it goes. Sometimes they do this just to scare us. And let's see. Yeah, there it is. Another drag peeling moment, but it just worth it playing. Look at the torque of this guy. And the drag just works great even when I'm cranking it, which is a very nice thing. The rod, as you know, it's quite stiff. You can see that the fish just comes in skidding on the water. So let's try to retrieve this guy to the water quite quickly, because that's the best way to preserve them. They really don't like to be a lot of time, because that's just bad for them. So let's take the jig out. I'm fishing with the jigs with only one hook, and it's a single hook on the back, and this makes the retrieving quite nicely. And even if I have to use a net, which I usually use with like flimsier rods, so not as stout rods, it's a lot easier. So another cast, let's see what we can get. And this is, like, I would say, the perfect setup for the type of setup, I have to say, to do this type of fishing. You have quite long rod, you have a big shallow spool reel in here that allows you to cast whatever you see the action, because you can actually see them. They will feed a little bit like trout. They will capture insects from the top of the water, which is quite cool and quite an easy way to just know where they are. So a little bit more casting. I reckon if I was fishing with a 10-gram jig, which I can on this rod because it's rated from 1.2 to 10 grams and it's quite stout, so it will hold up the 10 grams with no problems whatsoever, I reckon I could cast from one side to the other of the river, which I almost did with this rod and another reel. And I pooped myself a little bit, because twitch shad really like their you see, I see the fish pop up over there, I just cast over there. So basically twitch shad really love everything that is silver. So I usually bought my jigs in packs, which means that I have a lot of colors but not a lot of silver, so I try to not lose any of the silver jigs that I have. So not a good thing to cast on the trees on the other side of the river. And bear in mind that the camera might make a little bit of a optics illusion with it, because this is a wide lens on the camera that I have in here on my DJI. So it might look a little bit closer than it is. It's actually quite wide. So let's see if I can catch anything else. I really like the reel. Unfortunately, the type of fishing that I do doesn't condemn itself for me to pick up more combos like this one. But I have to say, for 33 euros without any discounts whatsoever from SeaKnight, and they are known to make quite good workhorse reels, so that's why you don't see me using a lot of them. Usually they are quite heavy. A lot of carp guys like use them, so they are quite beefy, and some saltwater guys also use them. My father has one that has been discontinued. I cannot even remember the name of the model, but basically I had it for a long time, I think 5 years. It was one of the first purchases that I made on AliExpress, and it's still holding on. Full of mud, but still spinning and doing it. So as you can see, I'm just seeing the fish pop up and casting over there. I have to say one thing, I will probably get a slightly longer rod for this, because the 228 grams are just a shy bit over what I would prefer to pair with this rod in terms of equilibrium and poisonous of the whole assembly. So as you can see, line lay, line pull, line coming out, line going in. You can see when the colors start to change on the spool, it just lays quite perfectly. I have to say that I'm very impressed with how cheap, I will not even say Chinese reels, how cheap reels are coming, because right now it's not a problem of tech, it's just a problem of quality control. If they can keep the quality control nice, yeah, nobody can stop them on the budget end of stuff. And another one, but yeah, very hard fighter. So I will end it on this, because it will not end good. Hopefully you like the video and you leave the like. If you're not subscribed, you might subscribe to the channel. If you have any doubts about the gear that I use, I quite like both of the items. They will be linked on the description. Please feel free to buy through my affiliate links. And with that said, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye. And it has sort of a new to budget fucking fly.